Hello, J3D Tech here. This is going to be the first of a few short videos I plan on making covering small features within Lychee. For this video, I'm going to be covering supports. All right, let's get started. First thing what I want to do is bring in a object just to do some testing on. What I like to do is make sure everything's off except for raft and click I'm feeling lucky under the magic button. This will raise the object and put a raft underneath it. For today, I need this kind of tall to show off some of the support types we're going to be doing. The first type of support is just a normal support, which you've seen, which is where you just point and click. You'll notice that the support also follows the angle of the object. And this is good. Something that I think a lot of individuals don't take into account is the angle in which the support comes off of the model. You want to, as much as you can, have it come off 90% so that the surface area of the tip is the actual surface area of the tip. If I were to rotate this model a little bit, you'll see as it comes off of it, it's going to be more 90 degrees because you also don't want the support tip to be perfectly 90 because then there's not a lot of strength right here, as the resin supports really like to be as linearly as they can instead of parallel to the build plate. So they have really good tensile strength, pretty poor. They bend pretty easily. All right, so for the first support type, we're going to go over, it's just going to be parenting. Let's throw down a couple supports. Let's show parenting. So what parenting generally is where you've got one support shaft and multiple tips. To do this, you can lay down the distance of which you want your support shaft. So this one, let's just do 3. Hold down Alt on your keyboard, click where you want the new tip to go, and click where you want the support shaft to go. You don't, again, just like before, you don't want it so far up that your support is parallel to the build plate. You want it a little more linear. And so what I like to do is just kind of split the difference between what is good and what is excessive. That's probably excessive right here. That's not good, so about right there is going to work. If you have Pro, you can adjust these after you've laid them. If you don't have Pro, you'll just have to delete it and put it back to where you want it. The next thing about parenting is you want them to go to more than one. So the first group is to create the tips. And let's actually show a way to do that faster. Just hold down Alt, click where you want to go, and then click on the shaft. Then if you hold down Shift and Alt, it'll repeat the last action, and you can put the next one down. Now you can hold down Alt again, same as before. Click where you want the top to go, click where you want the base to go. And that will create parenting nice and quick. This mostly just saves resin. Also, it kind of allows more flow of cleaning fluid or even resin while printing to go through between the shafts. It also kind of acts as bracings, where it will support these tips a little bit more. The next part is bracing. This is really a brace. So technically I'd show this to you, but we'll isolate it. You're going to hold down Alt again on your keyboard. You're going to make sure that the support is highlighted. Click where you want the top to go. Click where you want the bottom to go. And that's pretty much it. That's bracing. Bracing is a little bit unique. If you have Pro and you click on it, you see there's only 2 points, the first one and the second one, unlike a support which has multiple points which can be edited. Which brings us into our next type of support, which is going to be more of a fan type support. And this is really only do this one if you have Pro. I'll show you why. So if you start with your normal support, hit spacebar, and you can grab that ball down there. Sometimes it's hard to get to, so I'll bring the shaft up. Then I can grab it. Then I can kind of gauge where you want it, depending on how you want the tips to go. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. Next thing you do is you'll grab the tip of the ball of the tip and push it into the one below, and then make it smaller. For this example, I'll go down to 60. And I'll bring the support tip down to 30. And that's just going to give us a nice, as it slowly decreases in size. Next thing is how to create a mini through a shortcut, a mini support. If you don't know what that is, if I create a normal support and I click on mini, it makes it the whole thing into basically a very small bracing, essentially, where it only has the top and the bottom, but it's the same. The diameter of this is the diameter of the support tip. So the support tip I used was 0.4 millimeters. This whole shaft is 0.4 millimeters. If I make a light support that's 0.3 millimeters on the tip and I hit mini, the whole shaft will be 0.3 millimeters, and that's what a mini is. So I'm basically going to be creating a mini using Shift and Alt. At this part of the recording, I said you hold Shift and Alt to create a mini, but the real command is Control and Alt. So you'll make sure the model is selected, hold Control and Alt on your keyboard, click where you want it to start, and click where you want the base to go. And that will create a mini. Sorry about that. And back to the video. You'll click on the model where you want the fan to begin and where on the shaft you want it to end. I generally like it to end where the main support ends, so I'll just drag it up till it stops, and then I'll make it larger. I'm going to make it match the other one at 0.6. And then if I hold down Shift and Alt, it's going to repeat the last function. So then I can go through and quickly create the fan. In this type of bracing, it's mostly used for objects with a very high incline on it. And so for here, I've pre-created some parenting, but I didn't attach the other bracing to it. And the reason why is because of this high incline, I get to do a little thing where I can put a single bracing across the entirety of the model, which will act like almost like a second print. So if this shaft fails right here, as it comes up to this, it should reconnect on these two tips and actually still create these tips, offer some rigidity off of this major bracing, and continue to create the supports on this model. Just as a quick way to increase the probability of a good print without going through and creating lots of parenting and a lot less work. On this one, you'd still want to go through and create some good auto bracings using the methods as before. I like to do, X's. I don't want to make them span too far for normal bracings like this because I don't want to go too linear. This one's a little different because it's more like a catch. But these bracings, they're going to do more than one thing. They're going to both act as catches, but they're also going to help keep these supports from like spaghetti where they'll kind of wet noodles and kind of move around on the print. So for those ones, you're going to want a little tighter X's as you go through and print those ones. Kind of an example here of what we get when we are, if we don't use any bracings. Let me turn these ones off here. I've got two examples to show you. This is what happens if you just leave it alone and you don't do any parenting. If you want to do that, that's fine. I still recommend putting in the one bracing to act as like that extra catch to help these out. And I still would recommend adding in your normal bracing just so that these don't move around as much. The disadvantage of this one is a little more resin used. The advantage is it is much faster. There's some auto features to do what I just showed you faster, but there's some big gotchas in it. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we can quickly throw in our supports using the inline supporting. Highlight them all and click parenting. If I do this, I've done some auto parenting. I personally don't like the way it works. This one's even better if it's less of a consistent surface as this one. It makes these even weirder, but it does do some overlapping of some ports like this. And I've seen where these overlappings cause failures. Be careful with that. The other thing is if you also then want to brace this afterwards, which you should never do parenting and then bracing, is it will add more overlapping structure onto this model where we can really start to get some bigger issues like this, where if you zoom in, that's actually multiple items overlapping each other. And I have seen where the slicer doesn't know which surface it should process because they're literally on top of each other, and it will just not print or cause artifacting and failures throughout the print. A little bit of a bug that they need to work on. So until then, don't use both, And really, until then, I'd probably just would stay away from auto parenting. It seems to have some really pretty big issues. The final support type is what I call a tree and root. This is where you find yourself with an overhang where you don't have the ability to bring the supports all the way to the build plate, and you have to put them back onto the model, which is we try to avoid as much as we can. And there's two ways to do this. In this one, you can just put a bunch of supports that both touch the model 2 times, or you can do something like this where it's a tree where you have one support on the bottom of the model and as many on the top. The problem about this one is this probably won't hold. So what we can do is just add a couple roots to it. And generally on that one, where if it's click on the model and then click on the shaft itself. This one can be a little tricky because Lychee doesn't always like to have it go correctly. So as you saw before, I had to put it going down, delete it, and then it got the program working correctly because before it just wasn't. It's somewhat often, so that's a little trick that's important to know, is that if it's acting really wonky, to just do it the other way first. It's super wonky, delete it, and that resets the support type. So now we'll work the way you want it to. And here we have a few examples of all these techniques in action. On this bird right here, you can see I've got some fans to click a lot of these points. On some of these taller supports, I've got some more traditional bracings just to keep them from falling over. On this raft, I've got parenting mixed with the shorter X bracing, as well as the kind of safety insurance bracing on the sides. Up here on this overhang, where I have no choice but to support it on the model, I'm using 3 small points at points where I feel will be the least visible. A broken nose is already broken, and 2 kind of flat spots, which will be easy to repair, to support this kind of a large overhang that is just one big island. That's it for now. Thank you for watching and have a good day.